with crimson secrets and forbidden bliss. Can't stay still, don't stop that thrill. My bones crave your skin, temptation within. Mistakes ignite the silence. Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. Oh, so fabulous.
If you're ready, let's do it. Feeling my afro, my body is banging, and my nails look like claws. You guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Dumebi up in here, the oh so fabulous one. I hope it's starting to make sense. Like, is this sticking? If you guys think it's making sense now, like oh so fabulous one, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. So if this is your first time coming to my channel, you're welcome. My name is Dumebi. I drop videos twice a week, you know, all beauty and lifestyle kind of videos. And if you're already a subscriber, you guys are special. You know I love you, you're my G, you're my family, you know how we do it. So today's video is going to be a fall get ready with me. Let me just tell you guys the truth, I just figured out what get ready with me means. Get ready with me means you're going to be chatting with them while you do your makeup or do your hair or put on your outfit. That's what it means. And I've had some videos in the past where I write get ready with me, but I don't chat with you guys. And I know like some of you that are familiar with what get ready with me is will be like, what's doing this on? So she's not chatting with us, she's just be watching her like that. So you guys, I'm sorry. This is going to be like a proper get ready with me. And I have some products here that was sent to me from Mismetics. It's a Nigerian brand. You guys ignore the packaging. I know like this is so shabby. I tore it open. So yeah, this is the brand I already have. I've already bought like their stuff before. If you're like a staunch viewer or subscriber of this channel, you know this lash. I have two of it already, but they sent me this one as PR. Shout out to Mismetics. Then over here I have the micellar water from them. I think like I'm the only person in the planet that hasn't gotten into micellar water. This is the second micellar water that I'm getting. I don't think I'm going to be using this in this particular video. Then here I have like bottom lashes. This is something I also bought from them at the last makeup fair. These are bottom lashes. I'll be trying this out. And over here I also have the Mismetics moisture potion. This is to moisturize your face, of course, as the name suggests, and it's supposed to be lightweight, non-greasy, non-comedogenic formula. After cleansing, apply proper amount of face and massage until absorbed. Yeah, we know. Then here we have their pencil. I already have this pencil. Basically they sent me stuff that I already have. I think the only thing I didn't have here are these two. Like I didn't have these two before. The first thing I have here is a pop socket for my phone, and I already have one. Like I've been repping Mismetics for so long. This one, I got this one at the makeup fair when I purchased all this things, and they just gave me that like kind of like appreciate me. So this is another one that I have here, and I'm going to be using this stuff in today's tutorial. And as I said, it's a fall look, just in case you guys are just mesmerized by my eyes. I know they are so beautiful. I have a video on these contact lenses. It was also sent to me by TTDI, and it's my last video. If you haven't watched it, I'm just going to link it up. Please check it out. So let's just get right into today's video. I'm going to be using the Mismetic pencil to do my brows, and it comes with the spoolie end and with the retractable pencil end. This is a fall makeup tutorial. I think the last time I did a fall makeup tutorial was like 2 years ago or thereabouts. I've not done one in a hot minute, and I don't really look forward to it as something I have to do. It's probably because I live in Lagos, Nigeria. I live in Nigeria, let me not just say Lagos. And in Nigeria, there's no such thing as fall. We just have three weathers. We have the dry season, the rainy season, and then we have the Harmattan, of which I don't even think Harmattan comes anymore, because by this time of the year I don't think it's supposed to be raining, but it rains a lot this time of the year. It's been raining, like it's even getting on my nerves because I get the flu so easily. So I've been battling with that for a while, like all through yesterday. I was just in bed while editing and blowing my nose, having the sniffles, sneezing. I had to shut off the fan, close the windows. It was so stuffy, but that was the only way I could stay yesterday and be productive because of the flu that I was having. I just realized that this pencil is a bit too light for me. Like, it's not really popping. I had to like do this over and over again, and I just figured out that they sent me the shade mocha, and I think that's why, because maybe it's too dark for anything mocha. So I think that's what's going on right here. So you guys just permit my brows to not be so on fleek today. Then I'm going to be using the Kimani brow gel to set the brow so that my hairs stay in place. I find that my hairs never stay in place, and I usually notice when I'm editing my pictures, I'll just see that some hair strands are pointing north and some are pointing south and the rest are pointing east and west, and that's not cute. So guys, this is what my brows look like using the pencil from Cosmetics. They are far too light, so I'm just going to be darkening it, and I'm using the one from Paula Beauty. So guys, the brows are done. I'm done with my brows, and I think this is more like it. So I'm just going to be priming my eyes using my Elegant Pro primer. So guys, like, I wanted us to talk because the year is coming to an end, and you know there's this soul searching that happens when the year is coming to an end. You know, you're like asking yourself, okay, wow, 2 more months, this is October. For those of you that do New Year resolution, because I don't do that shit. I don't do it. So for those of you who do that stuff, you know, have you ticked off some things off your list? Were you able to keep up with some things? For those of us who make plans and all that, like, have you been able to achieve them? What was on your list? Which one did you achieve? Which one are you still on, like, working on? So it got me really thinking about how much of that stuff that I've done and those that I did not do this year. So guys, these are the 2 palettes that I have here. I have the Afrique palette and the Warrior 2 palette. Both of them are from Juvia's Place. So taking this shade right here as my first shade. So guys, just like I was saying, you know, like, you make a mental note, and some people actually, I think it's actually good, like in the beginning of every year, to write down your plans. But I did not write mine down. I actually just had them in my brain, like the things that I want this year to do for me, the things that I intend to achieve this year, the things that I hope for God to bless me with this year. Because whether we like it or not, it really is in the hands of God. I mean, man proposes and God opposes, right? So for me, like, on my list, I had some things there. I'm not going to call them like in any particular order. I'm just going to share with you guys some of the things that I expected out of this year, that I wanted from this year. And one of those is basically self-improvement and growth in my business, which I have done, or rather I'm still, because it's a continuous process. This is called Jamata. I'll be taking this shade. So this year, the things that I did to improve my business was I actually went for a couple of seminars. I think I vlogged one of them. There was a beauty business summit that I went for. There's another one, the Flourish Africa Masterclass. I went for that masterclass also, you know, like for female entrepreneurs, and things like that are actually very, very good. If you're a business person, I recommend that you go for these things. You know, like, I got to meet some business coaches. I'm actually discussing with some of them in terms of maybe if they could coach me, like audit my business, or that kind of stuff that they usually do. I don't know all the big terms. I'm not a financial expert or whatever, but you know, they basically like coach you and all that stuff. So if you're a growing entrepreneur, you could actually benefit from that. I think the major part I lack, or I really have to improve on, I'm still working on it, is basically accounting in my business, like my finances. Because being a makeup artist, being a service provider, because I actually don't sell goods, I'm a service provider. It's kind of like, how do I put it? It's not like when you're selling something, you have a book where you know how much you bought the stuff and where you sell the stuff and how much you sold the stuff and how much you gain, like what your interest or whatever that you got from that product. But as a service provider, sometimes it's not easy knowing how to estimate how much you spend and how much you gain from your business. So I think a lot of people, that some of you should be able to relate if you're in a service kind of business like I am in terms of makeup. So it makes accounting a bit tedious for me and challenging, being that I cannot necessarily say, okay, I bought so amount of product and I've used so amount of products. This is how I want to quantify what I've used and how much I made on each product or on each client. And you know, sometimes even deciding the price you want to charge for your services should be determined by these factors. So basically, I tried in the little way I can to go for these seminars, you know, and a lot of them focused on accounting, on how to invest, on customer care and all that, and I can categorically say that I learned a thing or two. This orange shade here, and this is the Dakar. Actually, Juvia's came out with an eyeshadow palette specifically for fall. I think it's called the Nomad palette, and your girl wasn't able to get her hands on it because I just did a haul. Like, I have to be very judicious in my spending, which is another thing that I want to talk about. Like, you know, I have this thing that I do whereby if I'm able to save to a certain goal, like a certain amount, which is my goal that I have for myself in my head, then I reward myself by buying one thing or a second thing that I really like. For instance, I wasn't doing a lot of hauls and everything before YouTube paid me, but the moment they paid me, I was able to invest in changing my setup and in doing like a haul, because sometimes, like, as a beauty influencer, it's very important that you get new products as they come out so that you can review it and you get your views, and you know, people that want to know your opinion about that stuff, they can, you know, get that opportunity. But all these years that I've been on YouTube, I've been on YouTube for 2 years, I couldn't really afford getting a lot of this product because, number one, living in Nigeria, you have to consider shipping. Some of these companies don't ship over here, and some of them take long enough that before you get the product, like, the rave is no longer so hot, so it doesn't really have that effect as if you had made the video when the product just came out newly. So what I did was, with the money YouTube paid me, I kind of rewarded myself for the 2 years of being on YouTube. And that's the funny thing, I didn't even reward myself by going on a vacation or spending on maybe like one expensive gift for myself. I actually put it back into YouTube. I invested in my setting. I think I'm going to show you guys my new setup because I know a lot of people will probably want to know. So I advise, like, you guys figure out how you want to, you know, I'm not saying you have to do the reward system like I do. You know, you just have to figure out, because I think, like, people are not really taught how to manage their finances. Okay, so I think I'll go in with the green. So as I was saying, like, this was a year I realized that, okay, I needed to, you know, take like charge of my finances if I wanted to really make things happen, because I'll tell you guys that I've experienced a lot of growth in my business this year. So I really needed to be careful with the way I spent. So guys, I actually used to say, I know this may not like make a lot of sense, but I used to say, like, when I start a family, I definitely will make it a point of duty to go to church every Sunday. But I know that it's not really a good thing for me to even be saying to you guys, and I don't want to influence anybody. Like, I feel like salvation or relationship with God is not something you have to wait to the perfect moment, because nobody knows tomorrow. You don't even know if you're going to even be alive to actually do this thing. So it's always best to do what you can, you know, do the right thing while you can still do it. So, but I know I was raised in a family where we don't even miss church. Like, the whole family, every Sunday we are at church, and that kind of formed me, the person that I am. As much as I don't go to church very often, I try to live a life that I know that, you know, my Father in heaven will be proud of. I know it's not really about going to church, it's really about living your life according to the way God will want you to live, and, you know, not hurting your fellow human beings. So those are the things that I live by. I try to treat people the way that I would want to be treated. I try to be nice to people. I try to be there for people, and I try to be content with what I have, because a lot of the modern day sins people commit come out of greed. So I try not to be greedy. And funny enough, I actually started my year with like prayers. That's what I do, like, every beginning of the year. I do like fasting and prayers for maybe like a week or thereabouts. So I did that this year. I did it with a friend. So I recommend that you get a prayer partner if you're ever going to do that. But I'm not where I am. I'm not where I was last year spiritually. I think I made a bit of progress, but I'm definitely not there yet. There's still a lot of room for improvement. So spiritually, I think that's what I want to do. Funny enough, I actually downloaded the phone Bible version and everything, but I'm not going to even lie that I've been using it. I have not been using it. Woo! Don't judge me, guys. I'm not perfect. I am not perfect. So yeah, that's that for that. Then, and another thing that I try to do this year is to actually try to have a life outside work, to try to be there for people more, because of the nature of my job, you know, being a makeup artist. The few friends that I have, a lot of them work weekdays and I work weekends. So most times when they even ask for us to hang out, I'm always unavailable, because I always have like makeup clients on weekends, sometimes even weekdays. Even sometimes when they ask us to hang out on weekdays, because I have a schedule to either shoot for YouTube or to edit, because I do everything myself, you know, like, I'm unable to do these things. So I realized at some point that I didn't have a social life, and that really felt so bad. Like sometimes I even joke to my clients, I'll be like, ah man, a friend of mine is wedding today and I'm here doing your makeup. You know, like definitely I've said it to clients that I already have that kind of rapport with because they've been with me for years. So I'm like, man, when I'm always like skipping people's weddings like this to attend to my client, that the day I'm wedding, who's going to come for my own? And they'll playfully be like, don't worry, we'll be there, we'll represent. And I'm like, yes ma, with a big fat envelope, you know, that kind of thing. So basically my social life was zero, was dead. It's kind of like a smoked out area over here, like a mixture of the dark brown and the green. That's what I'm doing over here. I'm smoking it up a bit. Hope it's making sense. I think it's making sense. I'm just going to take a clean brush and I'll take this first shade that I used to just go like over this area here to blend down the burgundy just a bit. I noticed that my social life was so bad, and it's not necessarily about me just turning down people or not being able to meet up with hangouts and all that. Some of my actual friends, like those from university days and everything, because I schooled in the East, so some of my friends, you know, are not based here in Lagos, like my close friends. So the friends that I have now, like people that I can say are my friends right now at this moment, are mostly people that I've met like this later part of my life, like maybe friends from work, fellow makeup artists, you know, that kind of thing. They're not friends that I've had like way back. Funny enough, I don't even think I really have some of those friends from primary school and secondary school. Like, I don't think so. Actually, I've always been an introvert. I've always been a shy person, so I think that didn't really, like, for me to be able to come out of my shell and really make friends was very difficult. So of course you have, you know, acquaintances and everything, but like friend from way back, like primary school, I don't really have them. I have a couple of people from secondary school, like I can count on this hand. So I think that's it. So the close friends that probably would have been able to pull me out that okay, we definitely have to hang out, are friends that are not, they don't really live in Lagos, and then a couple of them are married, and you know how it is, like we marry people's schedule and everything, sometimes it just don't work out. So guys, I'm done with the eyes. The only thing that I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be highlighting my brow bone using this shade of gold here. It's called Coffee. Done highlighting my brow bone. I'm just going to go off camera to quickly line my eyes, and I'm going to be popping on some lashes from this 16-in-1 lash goodness from Cosmetics. If you're like an upcoming makeup artist, I advise you get this because they're like not synthetic per se, and the lash, like, there's a lot of variety and it's really affordable. I think when I bought mine it was like 7,000 naira. So let me quickly do this and I'll be right back. I'm back, and I think these lashes just bring the whole look together. So I'm about to start my face. I just lined my eyes using my Mabrook pencil. So I'm going to be going into this moisture potion by Cosmetics, and they said, I think over here it's written it is a lightweight non-greasy formula. It also doubles, as a primer. So I'm going to use this both as a moisturizer and a primer, and then I'll just go straight into my foundation. So this is what it looks like. It has 50 ml of products. So as I was saying, guys, like I try to, you know, work on my social life and like being there for friends and for people generally. So I actually did that. I've gone out for a couple of friends, you know, and it actually felt good to be there for people because, you know, you can't always be busy and then not live your life, you know. So I actually decided to make that conscious effort to do that. Like there was a friend of mine that he's an artist. He had an exhibition, and this is someone that has even showed up for me before. He's even a guy, but he showed up for the makeup fair because, you know, when I was doing like my live demo, I posted it that people should come see me, say hi, support me and all that, and you know, I just broadcasted it. It wasn't like I sent it to him personally, but he showed up, and he's a guy. He came for a makeup event, so imagine like what that meant to me. I was so touched. So when he invited me for his art exhibition, I was like, okay, no matter what, whatever is happening, I have to be there. And I went. This is actually what I wore. Let me show you guys, because this dress is actually inspiring this look. Can you guys see? This is an Ankara top, and oof. Okay, so the colors here, I felt like they were very, very fall, like they reminded me of fall. So I was like, okay, when I'm doing my fall look, I'm going to wear this. So that was like my first art exhibition I'd ever been at, and it was nice. And man, it was when I went for that exhibition that I realized why, like when you see in movies and all that, it's only rich people that go for art exhibition, because Those things are expensive. He had one of his artwork there. When I asked him how much, like the most beautiful one that I actually really liked, is like a painting with floral design and all that stuff. He told me he went for 3 million. 3 million naira. So I was like, ooh, now I understand why only rich people go for this stuff. But it was fun. I ended up buying some clothes, and I think I'm going to be using those clothes in a haul video for you guys. I think that's just me. I'm an impromptu shopper. I didn't go there to buy clothes. I didn't even know that people who had clothes for sale were going to be at an art exhibition. Like, I wasn't expecting it, but then your girl just went and started buying things. Most of the clothes I have, I can categorically tell you guys that I never planned to buy them. I just went, saw them, like them. I'm not that kind of person that does like plan shopping. Okay, I need to change my wardrobe. Let me take 50k to the market or 50k to a website to shop. No, I don't really do that. I just like do like I'm a spur of the moment kind of person when it comes to buying clothes, especially. It doesn't really have a scent actually. It doesn't really have a scent, and it's just settled into my skin. It's a bit tacky, so I guess that's the primer part. It's not greasy. My face is not looking greasy or too oily, so I think I like this. So I'm using my Juvia's foundation in the shade Angola 140. This is like my favorite foundation for now. There's a client of mine who I can also just like call her a big sis, because she's always referring me for jobs. You know, she's always there. Like, there was a time I needed advice, like business advice, because she's also a business person. So, you know, she was there for me when I needed that advice. She referred me to so many people. So I kind of like see her as a big sis. So she lost her mom, and I went for the burial. You know what it is for me to travel all the way, like a 7 hours journey, road trip, 7 hours from Lagos to Anambra State for that burial. And we went on Thursday and came back on Sunday. So I went, and I was so happy that I was there for her, because I mean, it's the least I could do. I know her mom. So the mom is like, I've done the mom's makeup several times, like for the mom passing away. May she rest in peace, guys. Man, like being at that burial made me realize, like, number one, two things. Made me realize how fickle life is. Number two, made me realize that Igbo burials are expensive. I dare say even more expensive than weddings. Like, it just made me realize that when you're gone, people are basically going to remember you for the effect you had in their life. Like, do you understand? It's not about slaying on Instagram or just being so superficial. You also have to think about leaving a mark, because at the end of the day we're all chasing money, and sometimes we put our work above everything else, and in the long run you're going to die and leave that work. At the end of the day, they're going to get someone else to replace you when you're gone. So you might as well make time for people or for other stuff that are important. Life doesn't have to begin and end with work alone, or it doesn't always have to be you doing something because you know you're going to get something back in return for this. But you just do it because even they do stuff for people that you know will never even be able to pay you back. This lady's mom made such an impact in people's lives. What was written on the memo of her burial, like on the flyer, was "Come dressed fashionably," because she was a lover of fashion. She had to see people with their flamboyant hats, and everybody was looking all like we wore makeup to the burial. I'm not even kidding you guys, because that's the kind of person she was. It was more like a celebration of life because she was almost 70. I wish I could have vlogged, but I feel like that would have been me intruding, because you know it's not my family. You can't just go vlogging people's burials. It's not really a joyous thing per se, so it's not something I would have just gone to vlog. So I couldn't vlog that, because Nigerian burials, okay, let me not speak for Nigerians. Igbo burials are like a fanfare. Sure, we don't have, I think white people call it funeral. Our own is burial. There's a difference. My foundation is blended. I'm just going to go right into highlighting my face using the shade 07. So guys, as I was saying, like African burials, ooh, they are dramatic, man. Like, people get so emotional. There was this drama that happened where a relative of the woman was so sad. He jumped off, was like rolling on the floor crying. At some point he now jumped up and went and lay on the casket with the woman's body in it. Like, man, that was, I'm not making fun of how anybody expresses their pain, but I think that was like too much. At that point they were like, hey, someone please go and grab him, remove him before he breaks the coffin. Okay, this is not something to laugh about, but man, like, it was dramatic. And like, for you guys to even see how fickle this life is, there was a poster of another family that died, like a family of 4. We saw the poster, 4 people at once. There was a father, I think the father was aged 55 years, then his mom aged 80 something years, and then 2 young girls. One girl was 15 and another girl was 11. I think when we asked what happened, they said they took like agbo, that they cooked in the house. Agbo is basically like herbs, like medicinal herbs that people just like prepare and then drink for, of course, medicinal purposes. So that was what they took and they died, all of them. So guys, like, it just makes you wonder, like, it just makes you realize how fickle life is. Do you understand? Some of us are still alive to review how the year went, and some of us are here complaining how we set some goals and we didn't like accomplish some of them. Meanwhile, there's some people that are in the grave. So the fact that you're even alive, that's your number one goal, to stay alive until the end of the year. And God, only God, like, can make that possible. It's not even in your power, just God. So that's the number one thing that I'm grateful for this year, being alive. I wasn't admitted in the hospital, nothing. And you know, like, I just thank God. Okay, now guys, if you guys look at this foundation, there's a bit of a sheen to it, especially the concealer area. The moisture portion by Miss Metic can also serve as a primer, so it's definitely not mattifying. So if you have oily skin, you definitely need to use like an oil control to do that. So I don't actually feel like highlighting other parts of my face, just my under eye. I'm keeping it simple today, so I'll just go straight into my setting powder. This is the Laura Mercier setting powder. I'm going to be using this to set my under eye area, which is the only area that I highlighted. So I'm going to be going into this one by Grwm. And guys, I actually realized that this powder, when I use it all over my face without putting lighter powder under my eye, it makes me look really, really dark. So my skin tone kind of changes a bit with the weather and maybe the level of stress, I guess. So guys, I'm not even going to come here and tell you about how I achieved all my goals or everything that I thought I was going to. There are some things that I didn't achieve. It's not like I couldn't, I just probably like had a rethink and decided maybe it wasn't like the best time. One of those things, number one, was to get a makeup studio. Yes, I already have the money saved up to get a studio, like in Lagos. To get a studio like in a good location, I'm not talking like on the island, like there are different places. Some places are more expensive than others, but in Lagos you should have like 500,000 naira thereabouts to get a studio, and then you have to set it up, you have to pay some bills. You know, right now I do home service, so there's a lot of difference between running a business as a home service person, a makeup business, and running a makeup studio. So I asked myself some questions like, okay, it's a good move and all, but is this what you want to do now? Then I also plan on getting a car. I was telling myself I was going to give myself a car or get myself a car for my birthday present. But when I looked at it, it's not like the money is not there, but I don't see any reason why someone should be going broke because they want to buy a car. You know, like, I watched a YouTube video and the girl actually stated something. She said, if you can't afford to buy something 3 times over, then you can't afford that stuff. For instance, if you look at your bank and all you have is, let's say a car is 1 million naira, and you look at your bank and you have 1.2, you cannot afford that car. Meaning you're not supposed to exhaust yourself and go broke to get a car, because some of these things are actually a liability. I don't know if you guys understand. Like, it's not going to bring money. Instead, it's going to be something that's going to be eating up money. Do you understand? So it made me research into other options for financial investments and everything, and I actually went out of my comfort zone. And you know, I'm like, okay, why don't I try to double or triple this money first before getting a car or, you know, getting a studio. I understand, like, getting a studio is investing in my business, so either way I'm going to make the money back. But I asked myself if that was really what I wanted to do now, and the answer was no. So I didn't get my studio yet, but by the grace of God, next year I plan on doing that. I'm believing that God is going to do it. God is going to do it. So that's it. And I told myself I was going to try and travel because I've never been out of the country, and I think the first place on my list is Ghana, because I mean, Ghana is like next door, and I actually think I love Ghanaians. I actually like Ghanaians. I really want to visit. I'm sure I have like a lot of Nigerian and Ghanaian viewers. If you're Ghanaian, say hi to me in the comment section below. Just rep your country. Guys, I'm going to just do like a subtle contour, and I'm using the Beyond Beauty Face Definer. Setting my face using the facial mist from Kimani Cosmetics. I'm going to be using the glow here to glow up my face. This one right here. Guys, for my lips, I want to use like a very dark wine and then a red, like an ombre. So this one that I have here is from Huda Beauty. This is the shade Trophy Wife, and then this one I have here is Kilali Cosmetics. I've actually never heard of this, but I was gifted this. I'm going to do this with a black pen. So this is the Mabrook one that I use for my waterline. I'll be taking this shade just to smoke out a bit. Just use the black, this black one here, just to apply just right above the burgundy, and then I took like two pieces or two whatever or out of these chunky glitters here, and I just placed in my inner corner. So I'll be repeating the same step on this eye. This is the finished look. I was thinking I was going to do like bottom lashes, but I'm not going to do that because this video has taken so long already to film. I had to pause severally in between shoots because the battery of the lights that I'm using are like they keep running. I have to keep taking breaks to charge it, and I'm tired. So you guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. The year is almost ended. Did you achieve everything you set out to achieve at the beginning of the year? Is there still something you're still hoping that's going to work? And like, let's continue this conversation in the comment section. Please let me know what you guys think. But one thing I want to tell you is that there are still 2 more months left in the year, and believe me, a person's life can change even in one day. So whatever it is you think you want to still achieve, you can still do it, like God willing. And you guys just have that positive outlook. And yeah, I think I need to end this tutorial right now. I'm guessing this video is like so long right now. So what do you guys think about this look? Do you like it? And like, comment what you think in the comment section. Please give this video a thumbs up, share to your friends, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Don't leave without subscribing if you're new. Bye guys.